once mine takes them, I can't see the streaks.
Yeah, I can see I'm taking a video, so you can now see how the wall, now it used to be nicely smooth, because all the walls in this house have a beautiful smooth finish, using the wrong paint. Should have been satin. They used semi-gloss, and they didn't use regular paint. They used this paint and primer. Not a professional product to use. Very thick. It's really not even a primer. It's just a selling gimmick. Get people who don't know what they're doing to think they can skip a step. Professionals shouldn't be using that, but they did here. Look at that texture. You see that? There's a roller mark right there. That's a roller mark. Now we go down and you'll actually see right there's a big chunk. Big chunk. Hard to get a good picture of it, but it's actually there it is. That is an actual chunk of dried paint that they didn't clean their roller, and it's right there on the wall. Look at that. Then you come along here and left white, didn't do a clean cut in. Unprofessional. Too bad they decided to do the quick fix. There we go. Missed a whole little area there. Let's see how they did along here. Just all that texture on the wall looks so bad. Look at that, chunks and chunks all over the wall. Now I'm going to zoom around. Coming by Justin, who's taking pictures also, because we are the fixer people. That's missed paint right near the towel rack. Completely missed around the towel rack. Obviously they didn't want to take the towel rack off. If they took the towel rack off, then they wouldn't have missed it. But it's probably the only place on the wall that's not textured now. Look at that. That's a good close-up of the new texture on the walls. Yuck. Now, let's see. Justin took a piece of sandpaper and sanded a little bit here to see if we can smooth it out. Can't really smooth it out. Still got texture, and you see from just sanding it, it pops right down to a paint underneath. Because those little chunks, you rub your hand on it, they'll pop off. Let's see what we got up here. This is the archway, and we have roller marks. Kind of hard to see them, but roller marks because they, I think, obviously use a roller. Let's get a look here. Oh yeah, lots of lint. A little bit of sanding makes all the lint come off, but not the texture. Always will have this puckery look. Now let's see the toilet, the wall behind the toilet. There's a big, look at those roller marks. That's left from the roller. And look at all that puckery marks from the roller. Coming down near the toilet. We're going to zoom up a little bit. There, that's a good one. Look at that. Is that awful or what? I don't think these people knew what the heck they were doing. Okay, let's go across here. You can see brush marks and puffy roller marks. I shouldn't laugh. I'm just in awe. In awe that people who paint for a living can get away with this. Look at all the dust particles. Those haven't even been sanded yet. Look at the toilet paper holder. See, that's dust. That is dust that they didn't wash, or their rollers were just contaminated. Let's look at this little chunk they got going here. You know, a little chunk right there. Right there near the baseboard. That's a chunk. These walls were smooth, beautiful. And what do we got now? Pucker powder room. It's puckery powder room. Not what they wanted, for sure. And hard to see up there, but I'll zoom in a little bit. That is mist paint where the wall meets the ceiling. Mist paint. They thought they could use this so-called paint and primer to get away with priming, but look at that. Okay, we'll zoom out and give another little look at this wall here. A little more little chunks. Chunks. And they honestly think this was worthy of being paid for. Look at those chunks on the wall. Then we'll zoom in. See that? That's just the reflection of the light on one side of the chunk. That's how it protrudes from the wall. Let's go up and look at this little chunk. Don't move, Justin. I'm getting a good one on this little chunk right here. Look at that. That's a good close-up right there. You see all that pucker marks from the paint? And you got chunks. Just chunks of lint and the wrong roller. Okay, we're gonna slowly turn so I don't make everybody dizzy. Coming around to the wall near the toilet. And a little bit of sanding just in, you can see where now the sanding helps a little bit, but it'll never be totally smooth. That's just some of the soot and lint and fibers that Justin tried to sand. It'll never be perfect, but it'll be a little better, that's for sure. I'm gonna come around. Such a cute bathroom too. It's a shame. Now, right here, this wall across from the sink originally had a stain mark. Could have been a soap drip, something. Not quite sure what it was. But they put that paint and primer on there thinking it's going to prime it, but look, it shows right through. See, there's the baseboard. Shows right through. Looks like they may have did 2 coats of this stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if they did 2 coats, but if they did, hope they learned a lesson. This paint and primer is not a primer. There's no universal primer. There's a primer for every situation, and you can even read the can. That paint and primer says it on the can. And you have to use a specific primer in situations. There's a mist area near the baseboard. Right across from the sink. Very noticeable. An area very noticeable. And you can see a cut-in line, actually. There's a cut-in line. Didn't see that before, but okay. And more This is the across from the sink, the wall across from the sink, as you can see. There's the wall. Now I'm going to zoom in on, I guess this is a new finish. It's called Let's Throw Lint and Soot All Over the Wall. See what people think. I don't think they're going to like it. I wouldn't pay to have lint and soot finish all over my walls, but look at that. These walls used to be smooth. That paint and primer is so thick, and they didn't realize that it would probably leave this, but they should have known. They're professionals. They're contractors. That's all soot, roller marks, lint. They obviously didn't do any prep work in here. You're supposed to wipe your walls down and prep them for painting. Obviously they didn't, because when you go right here, that stain mark is right in this area. There it is, see that? That's a stain mark. That's a stain mark. People can see that because it's not covered. Can't be covered by a picture. It's right near the baseboard. It's right there. It's like knee level. You're stuck with that one. Yeah, the only way to fix these walls is to sand them and put regular paint, not paint and primer, on these walls. Sand them. That's fun. Didn't want to get into that, but looks like that's what we're doing. Look at that. Okay, I think we've seen enough. This is what I say should be a refund and then some. It's a cute bathroom though.